Welcome back everyone. Now, having had some time to fully absorb the launch of Ben Habib's new political party, Advance UK, what that means, what it represents, and having spent hours now reading some of the thoughts and views and the comments that have been left in many videos where Ben has featured, I wanted to offer you all my own carefully considered view. You see, the number one issue, the number one concern that comes up time and time again in the comments is vote splitting. And look, I do get that, honestly, I really do. And whilst the vast majority of you appear at least to be supporting, or open at least to supporting Ben's brave new ambitious move, there is still a significant number of people out there who seem utterly convinced, and nothing will change their mind, that reform are still their number one choice, and that anyone encroaching on their territory are nothing more than troublesome vote splitters. But that is not entirely the case, and it really isn't the point, not for me at least. Now, please bear with me whilst I explain. Firstly, yes, look, I agree that in the right here and right now, reform unquestionably represent the centre-right's best chance of winning the next general election. Of that, there is no doubt, debate or argument. I'm not arguing with that whatsoever. But I'm here today to ask you to consider the following, and this is a very serious set of questions and statements of absolute fact. The truth is, Nigel Farage and his Reform Party have had their chance to unite us all. Those that want real reform and that want real genuine hope. Those that recognise that nothing less than real and genuine reform can revive or even start to save our country. Now, before last year's general election, Reform themselves, very senior members of Reform, came to me and asked for our support and our votes, and we, the people, responded in good faith, and we know the relatively successful outcome. But after the election, instead of keeping their word or coming back to the table to us, they arrogantly turned their backs on us and broke their promises. Yet despite this, we still held out numerous olive branches, and appeals were made to meet in private, somewhere meet in the middle, maybe even just show a little level of recognition and common decency and respect. But no, to the contrary, our support was firmly thrown back in our faces, and our reward was to be later arrogantly dismissed as that lot. And this, whilst Reform leaders tossed many decent law grassroots members who had worked so hard to one side, only to replace them with foul Tories and Lib Dems clearly deemed more socially acceptable to the rancid mainstream media. Like, who cares what the mainstream media thinks anymore? Worse still, Reform's leader, Nigel Farage, made a false, scurrilous and defamatory claim live on TV that the man who has done more to flush out grooming gangs than anyone else in the entire nation, well, Nigel said he had a criminal conviction for violence against women. A totally and utterly false and unfounded, completely fake allegation. A working class hero to many, like him or not, was viciously attacked by the man who purports to represent those very same working class voters. So how can we, the people, how can the nation trust a man that lied to us blatantly and has still so far yet to find even a tiny bit of common decency to offer an apology? These are not the actions of a leader. This is not a man that we can trust. This is not someone that wants to unify us all. Reform is not the party for the people. This is a leader and a party that, in truth, isn't really interested in uniting our kingdom and saving our country. Just like the rest, they're only interested in themselves and power. So please don't talk to me about vote splitting. Ben Habib isn't the vote splitter here. Ben Habib is not the one that broke his word. Advance UK are the result of Nigel Farage's inability to consolidate and unite, and trust me, we have tried time and time again, which for me makes Farage and Reform the vote splitters and no one else. They could have had it all. Now, just like many of you, I desperately wanted to support Reform, but I feel they've let us all down. They are not the party that we thought they were, that we hoped they were, And they are not going to deliver us a truly meaningful victory that will change the path on which we are unquestionably heading. And someone who I really immensely respect said to me recently that they'd rather fail trying than fail to try it in the first place. And do you know what? He was right. So for me, this really is it. Ben is our last chance, our best chance, and the only person who wants to and can unite everyone. Now, hope is a word that comes into my inbox a hell of a lot. It always has done, and it's always been the most common word used in everyone's correspondence with me. And that's all we want, genuine hope, right? And Reform have failed to give us that hope. Ben Habib and his Advance UK party is giving us the opportunity to have that hope. So for me, the moaning and groaning about vote splitting simply has to stop now. No more whispering and no more discontent. If you want genuine hope, here it is. The question is, will the nation be big enough to grasp it with both hands? And make no mistake, no one man or one group can do this all by themselves. Ben is going to need an army of loyal and hard-working people behind him. You could say that he's issued a rallying cry for us all. The question is, are you prepared to answer it? So, ordinary men and women of Britain, your country needs you. Ben Habib is putting everything on the line for us. And now it's time for us to step up to the plate and take that opportunity. And in particular, for the many out there that often are quick to accuse others of never quite doing enough, well, here's your chance to help at just the cost of a tenner. If your country isn't worth £10 to you, then why should it be worth anything more to anyone else? So my appeal to you today will be this: join me in joining Advance UK. Join today. It's not a commitment or a vote, it's a gesture of goodwill. And it shows our commitment to a man who is wholly and utterly committed to you.